Okay. Wow. So I don't know what happened. Well, first of all, I guess welcome back um, to the Brooke Serda talk show, um, or aka um, the Brooke Serda in English. And sometimes you're gonna see, speaking another language. So it's gonna say Brooke Serda en nuestro idioma. Nuestro idioma, yeah, because it's not Nahuatl, it's not Mixteco, it's not any of the original languages to the continent. So today, like I said, it is Friday, February 7, 2020. Today is Friday, February 7, 2020. Um, you know, Yesterday I got, they called security on me at Montefiore Hospital. I go there every 3 months for a checkup. And, thanks to you, who pay taxes, um, we're able to get insurance. Those who been unable to go back to work for whatever reason. That's gonna be another show. That's gonna be when I get to like 3 million subscribers. No, maybe sooner. Yeah, I don't know what they're letting me broadcast because I have read. I don't read like instructions of nothing because I just hate the corporate shit. Like blah 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 blah. But I think I have read and it said 1,000 subscribers to be able to live stream from my computer. So I'm broadcasting from my computer, and for some reason this light is kind of weird. So next time I'm gonna try to adjust the camera so I don't look like the way I look like. I don't know, it's weird. Something happened to the camera, but I don't know how to do it right now. Anyway, there's not gonna be anybody watching live because it's a popularity contest, and YouTube don't fuck with you unless you got at the very least 10,000 subscribers, active subscribers. I mean, like, then they will tell somebody that you're live streaming. Otherwise, or if it's a slow news day, whatever, because YouTube messed up everything because it made it all about how much content you put out, not about the quality of the content. It's obvious that if you don't have a team of researchers, editors and all that shit, you cannot produce content, more than twice a week. I mean, if you actually give it a thought, if analysis and stuff like that, I mean, I don't know. I guess it's college educated people. I know they're much faster. I mean, I see. How can they prepare a whole show in 10 minutes? Sometimes, and it works. Sometimes it's just awful. But it, they got the technique from the universities and stuff. So anyway, that's not me. So I don't expect to see in this new channel, like I say, I don't know if I said it, I don't know, but because I'm an Aries and sometimes so much fire come out that it's just like, where am I? Very, very passionate Mexican woman. And, which, I mean, my womanhood is always in question. And, because I don't have a uterus, uterus, un útero, útero. That's the way we say it back home. And it's true. I don't have a útero, uterus, and and okay. So if you deny my womanhood, which is fine, I'm gonna be almost 55 years old in a couple of weeks. So trust me, if you're a non-believer, you're a non-believer. They make such a big fuss, and it's like, oh, I don't believe in transsexualism. I don't believe in transsexualism. I don't believe like, are you serious? Like that important? You think that your opinion is gonna like devastate me? I mean, it infuriates me because the womb, the woman with the womb, that they never use it. They have one or two children, and that's it. And that's it. And you're at war. You're at war, and you should be contributing to your people with at least 6, 7 children. And this is why I put the title. It's like, I mean, I know I'm never gonna get married. I know I'm never gonna meet anybody who I can actually work and stuff like that. I don't know. Just because, I make videos like this. I make videos like this, and it's just like, um, and I hate it. I hate it. I mean, like, um, I don't know who in their right mind is gonna like to make these kind of videos. I don't. I don't like, like Dr. Claude Anderson or Dr. Umar Johnson. I mean, anybody. I think they 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 are pretty much past it. It's like 10 years ago, it was like okay, todavía. I was gonna say todavía. Like I've been talking a lot of my native tongue, so don't be surprised that a lot of words come out. Because I disconnected, I got so nauseated or nauseated, like is that how you pronounce it? What's happening in Black Twitter, which I don't even know if it's representative of the African diaspora in America with the triple Ks, and but it is very, very um, scary. It is very scary. I mean, like, uh, I know. I mean, this is the most ridiculous bullshit. I mean, like, to have such a magnifying glass to look at your leaders all the time, every time. Like the great Kwame Ture used to say, every time, all the time, without an exception. Like Dr. Umar Johnson can say good morning, and you just gonna come out all these N word this, N word that, and then you go like, oh God, not again. The blacks are destroying each other again. I'm like, I mean, this is like, if you was to see what I'm seeing, you'd be like, yeah, we look stupid. You actually, after all these years, I'm talking about centuries of chattel slavery, Jim Crow, 3 strikes you're out. Uh, I mean, you name it. You still don't believe that Cracker is very well capable of ordering a hit on the great Kobe Bryant, Olympic medalist, I mean, if Caitlyn Jenner or whatever you call her, Bruce, because you don't think nothing about manhood. Manhood is something you give it to any faggot with a gaping hole this big, like Langston Hughes, James Baldwin, sucking cock, and you have no problem. You consider that to be manhood. Oh shit, the speaker went out. I was gonna show you the video. I was gonna maybe make reference, but I'm just turning it on and that's it. I don't think it's a big deal. But yeah, I would just want to have good sound so you can, and I'll show you the video with the phone. Yeah, I'm high tech. I can't stand reading those fucking things. It's just like they complicated everything. I used to like it when you just share the screen and that's it. Share the screen and you can see whatever, and you know, with the speakers you can hear, which is not great because you can hear everything I say. Sometimes I forget there's live streaming, you know, like, and on my Latin American Facebook account, every night, almost every night, I broadcast Venezuelan television, and you know, I still haven't, like, you know, I see once in a while some really far right bitches. It's like, you know, they pick in like whatever, just so much misinformation, so much satanization. You know, I can't believe you took the cracker side against Dr. Umar Johnson. You know, theory of murder, of the murder of the hit of Kobe Bryant. I can't. I can't. Flint, Michigan. I mean, Tuskegee. I mean, you know, Greenwood, Rosewood. I can go on and on and on for 10 weeks at least, 24/7, without even breathing. You know, all the political prisoners, you know, shout out to the Honorable Dr. Malachi, still in prison just because you don't have the damn balls to get him out. You know, your mulatto president didn't give a fuck, not even about the most honorable Marcus Garvey. Yeah, yeah. Look at my ringy. Look at my ringy. Ring a bell. Ring a bell. That's the most honorable Marcus Garvey. I don't know. It's like, how can you actually see it? I'm like doing all types of hands. That's a nice shot. Damn, these cameras. And this camera is like more than 10 years old. And still do it. You know what? The baby kitty cat, cachorrito, whatever, the cub, I think they said that he chewed up the cord that go from the tower to the monitor. And I was like, shit, I was like, how much it's gonna be? Like, I went to Staples, they wanted $50 for it. And then I remember there were some small hats on 18th Street in Manhattan. And, you know, let me see, you know what they say, you know, and, you know, I was not, never. I never flirted. I never asked him to swipe me in the train to let me. I see a lot of your people say, Master, can I go through? Because I don't have a metro card. And you go like, and they're gloating when you do that. They gloat. That's the worst part. So, so I went there. You know, I had my Malcolm X pin, which I forgot I had it. So I'm surprised I didn't get kicked out, you know, from the store. And but I was kind of worried because, you know, I did not want to go back downtown or on a wild goose chase for a fucking court. You know, and you know, everybody know the damn court now. It's like I talk about the court, it's like, oh, the HD, you know, TMI, whatever. I was like, oh, so you know about it. So they had one for $3, $2.95. It's a Vivitar cord. Maybe this is why, you know, the color. No, I think I just have to adjust the color from the camera. And, you know, because this is like orange, you glad to see me kind of thing. Yeah, I look like your president in your head. Can't believe you call that president. I mean, like, how low self-esteem you gotta have, really. I mean, just like, but that's how destroyed we all are. You know, I'm not pointing fingers because we're destroyed in a very different way. You know, the African diaspora got it the worst of the worst. You know, they say, you know, the only tree that get, you know, thrown stones at, it's the ones that they have great fruit. I mean, it's a horrible analogy. You know, it's just like, I don't know. I didn't make it up. I didn't come out with that analogy. But you get the message. You get the message. I mean, like, and I mean, there's something. I mean, I'm doing my own research on my hometown. You know, my home state. I'm sorry, and finding out, just finding out, there was fierce warriors. These motherfuckers, they kill themselves. They had some battles. I think that's how you say that. It was betrayed. You know, they lost. I mean, this shouldn't be counted as a loss, because betrayal is like, oh yeah, you just bought somebody, right? I mean, not even bought them. You just threatened them to kill all their family and children. You know, the people that they love the most, and then offer them $10 million at the same time. And, you know, you tell them they have no choice. Like Mandela, you know, you got him by the balls and everything. So he betrayed the movement. So, but it should not be called a victory. I mean, playing dirty, I mean, like buying the judges, buying everybody, is that a victory? I mean, like, we have to be very, very pristine in history. You know, our story, not history, our story, your story. You know, you gotta be like, have like this pulchritude about it. You know, like, say that's not a victory. This is the score. We should not be saying even Happy New Year on so-called December 31st. We should not probably even be saying, you know, Saturday. All that shit, you know, like, I mean, I'm like a broken record. I mean, these past 10 years, and I'm still on the same page. Invest in a thorough decolonizing process of the mind. Invest, you know, whatever it takes. I mean, it takes the whole lifetime, but whatever it takes for you to get you somehow at a level of a normal, okay, semi-decent self-esteem. And then you should be released back in society. We shouldn't be out in society. I mean, in your Black society, should not be allowed to be there. You should be like, okay, such and such, well, it have not done the mind detoxification. Meaning, you know, the head, the mind, it's full of shit. Full of shit. You know, I wake up sometimes, you know, I think about home, and I put on the radio stations. And they tell us, you know, today in history, you know, they call it something else. And, you know, I don't know how to translate it in English. They always start. I mean, I like them because they're very casual. You know, it's just like one dude reading the news sometimes, and, you know, whatever. But they start like, today in history. And it's all today in white history. because in Mexico we don't even have Black History Month. Whatever they call it, Black or Indigenous, I feel like it's the same. I mean, you can argue all you want, but your ancestors, picked us to come, and there's abundant evidence. They came and they took their sweet time teaching our ancestors the secrets of Kemet, the ancient secrets. And, it was adapted over time. It was adapted, like the principles of Ma'at develop into Toltecayotl. Toltecayotl. Cayotl with a Y. Cayotl. And which is the pyramid of oh my god, I don't want to fuck it up. It's like because you can tell I'm not like it's not part of my everyday language, which I have incorporated a while back. But still, it's not like. But I mean, we're just finding out. We had to follow the orders of our last emperor, Cuauhtemoc, and he ordered our ancestors to hide everything, all our treasures. And that was meaning, I mean, today you have to specify, cultural, spiritual treasures, right? Because, like if that, if you have actually read, facts, historic facts in today's Mexico, how they how was it, and who was it? Wasn't Netzahualcoyotl? Oh my God! Now I was like, I'm sorry, I'm dealing with Bolivia, Venezuela, of course, Mexico, and I get distracted with you. I'm sorry. I call it like it is because I feel like right now it's very important to preserve the land. I'm sorry, you're not gonna like it, and you're gonna say like, "Oh, you're always prioritizing others' agendas, but the Black agenda." No, that's the Black agenda. You don't want the empire to acquire more land, more power, more influence, more wealth, more money, more labor. You don't want to do that. It's like the great Booker T. Washington was saying, like, why are you doing this to us? Why are you allowing people inside the country to make labor even cheaper? Why? Because that's who they are. They throw a fit, a tantrum. We don't have free labor no more. There's no chattel slavery. So now, what are we going to do? Oh, yeah, we're going to create, prostitution. And we're going to call it the oldest job in the history of the entire planet. That's who they are. So, I mean, do I need to be crude and rude? Do I need to go and spell it out? And how much I have to be crude and rude every time? Because you don't get it. You don't get it. You don't get it. At least that's what a lot of people believe, which is very dangerous. In today's times, it's not about the facts. It's about the public opinion. That's the court that matter, right? And how the public opinion is formed through propaganda and the television, the news portals, newspapers, whatever. It's in New York City, I don't know about the papers. They give you free papers free papers everywhere. Every corner, you got some trash, owned by the Jewish small hats, whatever, Murdoch or whatever. It's the same, and so you don't have time. You don't have that much time left. If you haven't noticed, we are in a recolonization process. We are going backwards. We lost a lot of turf. We lost a lot. Especially Obama was devastating. Was devastating. Like I always say, television was vicious because people is at their most vulnerable. You just get home, you lay down in the bed, in the sofa, whatever, and you just turn on the television. You're not thinking like, oh, watch out, right now they're gonna like throw some subliminal shit. No, you don't even think about that. And to that, you gotta add it out that we're adding a mix, and very powerful mix to zone out instead of like just adding the one thing, just to slow down the mind and to relax and to because when we relax, our immune system soar up. I'm sorry, I need to drink some water. When we relax, we replenish. David, I just fed you like 3 times. And I got home like not even 3 hours ago. So, and it's what time it is right now? It's not even 11. This guy is crazy. I shouldn't say that. No, I've got like a little bit of Alzheimer's disease, which is kind of like triggering, like the crackers say, I get trigger. I'm getting trigger. I'm getting trigger. I need a jar of mayonnaise. Major, where's Major? Major nice. How I hate this fucking, they call it queer culture. Queer, all right. Culture. It's a freak show. Ya te dije que no. Ya te dije que no, niño. That's a freak show. And I have seen freak shows. It's just like, it's like a cult. I know it don't make no sense because they don't go to church or anything, but David, por favor, acabas de comer. It's like they don't go to church or anything. Oh, I'm gonna blow some of this shit on you. See, like, I swear. Or maybe he got the munchies. I'm thinking like he got the munchies. No, but it's the first time I smoked today. Yeah, I'm really bad at rolling. David, don't stare at me. It's not polite. I swear. I'm not gonna be like the damn crackers, I promise. But I feel so fucking bad when I hear him doing that. Both of them. It's just like my fucking heart break. I mean, not like serious, like, but I'm like, I'm thinking if I fucking start lactating when I hear them cry like that, I'm gonna. I mean, it's ridiculous. I feel extorted. I feel extorted. This motherfucker with his eyes go like, yeah, yeah, probably 1 hour tops. You know, I get my big scoop, and an hour before another one. So it's like every 45 minutes, every 40 minutes, like another one and another one. So this is why I'm listening a lot more to Dr. Sebi, trying to eat only once a day. That is extremely important, not to be heavy. You know, they want us heavy. Because, if you're heavy, then, you're easy prey. You're easy prey. I mean, like, this is why it's so scary because, I mean, like, every time I go out, so many African Americans with walkers. Whatever. I'm like, was that already 2 weeks ago, and I can get it off my head. I was almost turning the corner on First Avenue, and going west towards west on 125th Street. This is the first time in my life I seen an African, falling off from dope. It was shocking. It was shocking. I mean, it was like, this is what we got to offer to them, and we're like, we don't want them to come to the United Slaves of America. We don't want them to come to America with a triple K. We don't want to, and it's not triple K as dollars. It's the KKK. So, and they come to their death. They come to their demise. I'm not saying they're struggling wherever they are, but over here, they're too old, to get to know ahead of time the pitfalls, all the deception, all the, I mean, it's a lot better than before, that there was no internet. They were just coming over here, blindfolded. They will come to the Americas. Remember the crack epidemic? They just came in here. These poor, innocent Africans. I mean, I arrived in the United States in 1989, in the summer of 1989. So I wasn't speaking the language. I wasn't assimilated. I wasn't like, I was in survival mode because, as soon as I walked in, I hate this language. As soon as I arrived to this fucking country, I arrived in June, and February 14, 1990, the house where I was staying out burned down. One of my cousins, she was warming up some milk, some poison, some mucus, for the littlest ones, which I think who's the littlest one? Is that my goddaughter? I think that's my goddaughter, Maria de los Angeles. Is that she? Is that who I think she is. she don't see this. But she never called me. She don't even like, she got attitude. She got like, I cannot be nobody's godmother. I mean, like, you're wasting all this fucking experience, all this fucking, access that I've been having access to wisdom, believe it or not. So it's just like, I know because a lot of times people just believe that, oh, us Mexicans, we're like, drunk and washing dishes in toilets because that's what you said. Come on, let's be honest. So yeah, whatever. That's that. I pay not that much mind. I mean, let's just put it like that. So yeah, I remember that was very liberating. It kind of like felt like I was being born again because I left with all my pictures, all my momentums, whatever, from my whatever childhood I had. I don't think I had childhood. I don't know. So, and it turned out to be true because that shit was all lies. It was forcing me to live a life, somebody that I'm not. So I'm like, wow. It's just like life, kind of like, in my case, prepare me, to, I mean, I feel like, it's, I don't have any proof, but I feel like I was preserved. I was preserved, but it was a painful way to preserve somebody by, keeping somebody ignorant, which is the case of the Africans, especially, in the diaspora. I think it's harder because our DNA is attached to the land. The land and our DNA is the same. So that's when Africans arrived into a land where that land is something else. That land cannot sustain that very strong texture. You need to have antioxidants to keep your crown up. You need to have, like, look at this limp. You go like and I see these bitches like, oh my God. The other day I was walking on 125th and these two young girls is like running to get to the beauty supply. And it was closed. One of them almost grabbed the gun and say like, it's not worth living. The other one had to say like, no, don't. There's another one. It's like, oh, you think so? Whatever, like, her fucking hair. Oh my God. And I was so stupid, I never really even noticed. You're not gonna believe this shit, but I don't. That's like, for somebody who don't have a texture like yours, hair, whatever, people tell me like, go like, ew, you gotta dye your gray hairs. Like, I get all that shit all the time, and it's like, hell no. If Africans cannot wear their natural hair, I don't want to hear nothing about fucking hair until I die. It's like, what the fuck? I mean, like, it's just how much they brainwashes, abuses. They're just like totally ridiculous because they know. Imagine they enjoying these sick pleasures. It's like grabbing a Chinese baby and and just telling him that you're white, and everybody around him is gonna be like laughing and gonna be saying like, "What the fuck is wrong with this child?" So that's sadistic. That shit is sadistic. Like like, but that's just what it is. That's just what you've been experiencing, and it's not like one generation. It's like more than 350 years, at least, until today. Until today. ¿Quién es bebecito de mamá? ¿Quién es bebecito de mamá? Oh my god, that's the thing. Is like we're so retarded. Literally, humans. A lot of us we are retarded. Like I have the images of him, just like a little rat. Just a tiny little rat. You don't remember, right? And he was just pure. I mean, like nothing. I mean, like, I guess just 100% vulnerable. 100% vulnerable. He still is, right? You're locked up in here. You cannot go get your own food. You cannot. So I'm just making him to be, something that you're not. But then again, without our spiritual knowledge, so I don't know why he's here. He don't even know why he's here. But he's here. And we're making the best of it. I mean, he is loved a lot. He's loved a lot. Right? Right? You see what I'm telling you? You see what I'm telling you? Spoiled brat. Spoiled brat. It's a love-hate relationship, unfortunately. I mean, I wouldn't say hate, but he need another, male cat about his age, because David is going to be 15 years old in June. And he's not interested in playing no more. I mean, once in a while, they have fun, right? Right? You play with your daddy. But the other time, David is like miserable. He go like, "Leave me the fuck alone. I'm gonna fuck you up." And he go like, hiding, around the corner, hiding, from above the sofa. He go like, and then jump on top of him. I go like, oh. The other day I was broadcasting, the Venezuela television on my other page, and it was like, I just turned around and it was like, I thought these are faggots or something. They was like, I was like, damn, that's a senior citizen, and he letting him know that he's the king now. Leos, right? He's the king, like Dr. Omar Johnson. Whether you like it or not, he's the king. Look at his chart. Look at his, he is into African spirituality. So he know who he is. He know why he's here. He know. What's wrong with you? Huh? What's wrong with you? Every time I get on fucking phone or some shit, you gotta come and like, stop. So stupid. Oh, shit. Okay, enough is enough. You want to go in the bedroom? Go in the bedroom. Go in the bedroom. Ocelote. Okay, last chance. Next time. Yeah, I'm gonna be like Becky now. Time out. Time out. Shit. I mean, what else can I do? And what else can I do? I mean, like, if that don't work, I have to put him in the cage. Oh, I see some writings. Sorry. Hope they're not cursing me out as usual. But it is what it is. Ay, gracias. Gracias por la suscripción. Ay, ¿a poco sí están viendo en nuestro idioma? ¿Desde qué país? ¿Desde México o de Venezuela o de Bolivia o de Brazil? Yeah, Brazil. I don't have I have done nothing for our brothers and sisters in Brazil. The situation is beyond horrific. Oh, it's a toy. It's a fucking toy. Don't throw that toy on me because then I'm fucked. He get, the one time I played with him, he got so excited he got an epileptic seizure. I was like, shoot, I just killed this motherfucker. Okay, I gotta get in the subject. I mean, like, okay, before I get in the subject, I don't know. Then I guess I'll probably come back. Ay, gracias por los cumplidos. El chef Alberto, muchas gracias por la flor. Mañana regreso por la maceta. Sí, oye, para que así digo, no nada más un día. Una flor, pues es 1 o 2 días, ¿no? Y una planta en una maceta, pues ya puede vivir mucho más tiempo, ¿no? Bueno, yo pienso que alguna gente estamos obsesionadas con la eternidad, ¿no? But anyway, I'm not gonna get into that. Okay, so let's get into subjects. So Dr. Umar Johnson is asking for your help, everybody's help. You can share it. You can look it up if you want to share it from another source. You can download it from my channel, whatever is faster. And because it is important to stop hiding these terrorists, because that's what it is, because they're attempting against the African nation, the Black nation. They're attempting against the entire, Black society. So, like they say, that's not cool. Shit is not cool. I mean, just think about it. I mean, like, oh, oh, well, I guess we're both welcome so far, Mr. Alberto. So, I'm gonna get distracted. This is why I cannot see. Oh, I get so distracted so fast. This is why we always have to leave at least 10% of the attention for the body, because that's the anchor. That's the anchor in those situations that we need anchors. So what was I saying? Yes, somebody in Venezuela called a lady, called Pelosi, la Pelusa, Pelosi, Vaseline face. That she just grabbed a fucking jar of Vaseline, like she thinks she's gonna be in the box or whatever. She's like, so it's like that. I mean, I don't know what the fuck, the bitch is wealthy as fuck. She can get, the caviar, or she can get that shit. What they get, they get a dick. They get dick skin on their face. Like that degenerate, Ellen the Degenerate, something like that. Uh, yeah, she get dick on her face. That's how much she loved dick. That bitch, she put dick on her face, and it's baby dick. It's just like you go like, wow. It's like pedophile and proud of it and daytime television. They're talking about that shit on daytime morning television. No parental warning, no like, just like, I heard about fetishism, but I think this is gotta be like in the top 10. I mean, and to say that make you young, I mean, they haven't changed one bit. They haven't changed one bit. And you don't believe they killed Kobe Bryant. I mean, you rather, it's not you. It's just that you were so trendy like. You stay in lines to buy some fucking sneakers. You stay in line to buy some fucking hair. I don't even know if that's true. But if it's not true, it's probably coming in a couple of years. Because the crackers is just like, they're like twiddling their thumbs. They're like, how can we get some money from these bitches? Oh, a special design? Yes. Who? Some mulata. What mulata? Oh, that broke bitch. Because she's not a princess. She's not a duchess no more. Or was it a duchess? A Dutch ass? Is that what they call them, duchess? It's a Dutch ass. Um, she's not a duchess. It's a duchess. What are the other titles that they stole from Africa? I mean, we all know the royalty. It's only, you know, through blood, full blood. That's the whole point of royalty. That's the fucking definition of royalty. Like being Jew, Judea, Africa, Kingdom of Kush, super black. But you call yourself Jew because you converted. What do I got to do with, converting? Like what's happening in Mexico City? All these crackers just relocating, getting their citizenship, and now they have political titles. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Over here, there's no political jobs for you. Over here, there's not going to be political jobs for you that is not token. If you're not going to be a black mouth for white people. Like Mr. Damn, it's gone. The NOI. You know what I'm talking about? Riza. Mr. Riza said just like, okay, so we see two black faces, but what is behind these two black faces? I was like, simple. I mean, like something as simple as that. That's how fucked up we are. We talk about the damn black faces, and we don't talk about the puppeteers. I'm telling you, they have really good laughs at your expense. They have great laughs at our expense. The Spics give us a sense of power, telling us that freedom is not a dichotomy, telling us that freedom is a spectrum. And you ask for the research, empirical research. They got zero research zero proof, zero evidence. And it's just like, I'm white and I said so. And we all go like, yes, master. Until when? That's why I'm going to say it a million times. Our fears are our debt. It's going to get us all killed. Our fears are going to kill us all. They're escalating really fast. The weed is growing and growing and growing. It's going to be like the Amazon forest, and we won't be able to do nothing about it. What are we going to be able to do about it? Nothing. Nothing. We're going to have chips in our bodies, GPS, you know, and they're going to be telling us what to say. If we don't say what they say, they're going to electrocute us. I'm not making this shit up. It is common sense. It is common sense. Imagine if your spouse, you know, it's an alcoholic. You're like, duh. I mean, big chances are the alcoholic escalate because the victim keep quiet or is complacent or is, you know, passive aggressive, because passive aggressive is not aggressive enough to stop the bully. Passive aggressive is just like, you know, you hurt the ego a little bit. What happened now? Oh, come on, don't talk to me about those two. In Mexico. I'm so obsessed with the fucking ex-presidents. It's like, we have so much work to do. I mean, like, they think our president is like the genie of the lamp. You know, I mean, like, I want this, I want that. In this, you know, I want this wish. I want this wish. I have another wish. One man. One man. No leadership. We've been betrayed so much. We cannot even open the Institute of, you know, Political Science to educate. Can you stop, please? I don't want to play right now. Get away, because I don't want to play. I don't trust you. You see, I don't trust. I'm not like you. And you're going to be like, oh, you know, the new crackers that came out, you know, that model from like 20, 25 years ago is not as bad as the older models. It's not as bad as the older models. And again, where's the research? Where's the empirical evidence to say that a fucking rat gave birth to, I don't know, better rats? I mean, what you did? You know, they always say that. Everybody's going to tell you that, you know, once they taste human blood, once they taste human flesh, they got to be put to sleep. Everybody know that. And that's one of the things that's called wisdom, because we did not have to learn it. It was right there. You had to access it. You go like, psh, psh, psh. If only you get past the cloud of thought. You know, that smorgasbord, whatever they call it. You know, I hate using those words, but, you know, that's how they confuse us because of the smorgasbords. Smorgasbords. You know, that's for you to pick and choose which thought is going to be a strategic for liberation. And most importantly, to reverse the maafa. I mean, that's the most important thing. But we all forgot that. We all forgot that. I mean, like, we go like, so they get to get your land, they get to steal your culture, your name, your wife, your children. They steal everything, and you just like turn the other cheek, or you just like pretend you forgot about it. You cannot forget about it. We cannot forget about it, because now we know there's something called epigenetics, and our blood is right there. We cannot leave our blood. Without the blood, then it's like we're not going to continue our journey. Simple as that. If we don't know what we came here for, if we don't know, what's our mission here, we are just, a sweatshop. We're just a sweatshop, producing for them. And that's it. The same way, the Brits, they design Jamaica, as their own personal sweatshop to finance their pet projects. And everybody's saying, oh my God, the crackers are so bright and they're so good for business. It's like, no, bitch, they have a sweatshop hidden over there in the Caribbean. It's called Jamaica. All those fucking gowns, all this, like, they try to make it look like they got ass. They put the dresses, like they call it couture. They call it like whatever bullshit to look like the original woman, to look African. And you're just gonna take it. You're just gonna like say like, oh, let him have it. Why you say let him have it? What you got? You cannot use it. You got it, but you cannot use it because they got the copyright. So you can do it all, anything you want, but the profits are, where they're going, the profits. And if it's about you, you can do whatever the fuck you want. But you cannot decide over your children, your children, your great, 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 grandchildren. You cannot decide over them. Nobody can decide over them, as much as the damn feminazis tell you that, oh, it's their body, it's this, it's that, whatever. No. Eternity, it's not something immaterial. Eternity is your children. That's how you go on. You go on. All the information is right there in the blood. All the information in the blood. That's right, already there. You cannot be like, oh, I'm going to transplant all the blood, and it's like, but the blood go with the house. Like you can take the blood and leave the house. It's ridiculous. It's like a plant. You're going to take the plant, but you're not going to take the chlorophyll. When the chlorophyll is the best part of the plant, is the everything of the plant. Instead of chlorophyll, you substitute the word for human chlorophyll, melanin. And you're just going to give it up. And you're going to walk up on Africa too, like Dr. Umar Johnson say. You want to give up on the riches of the riches. I forgot it was here. What? If I turn off this shit, he's gonna go away. some fucking energy or something they got. So anyway, I'm gonna play the video because I'm chatty today because Venus is out, and this is a magical weekend, and it's freezing as fuck. So I'm going out. So this is a magical weekend right here. This is a magical weekend right here. Okay. How come I'm playing?
They can get a report on Dr. Umar Johnson themselves? Well, that's a good question. That's a very good question. But unfortunately, as you know, many of our people are extremely scared of white people. They are extremely scared of white people, and they are extremely scared of any type of negative press that they get. So when you get an email from someone misrepresenting themselves as a scholar, when you get an email from someone misrepresenting themselves as a pastor, when you get an email from someone misrepresenting themselves as a concerned member of the community, a lot of Black people are so in terror of bad publicity, so in terror of white backlash, so in terror of any type of negative criticism that they can get from the media, they will automatically pull back from you. So what these 4 people do is they send emails out all across the country to every organization. If you look at my speaking list, they have contacted every single person and agency that has invited me to speak. All of the Black parent training sites have been located, have been contacted. All of the Black parent training sites have been contacted, and they have tried to intimidate and bully them into canceling the Black parent training trainings that we have scheduled across the country. This is what these 4 Negroes are doing, and they're doing it with a letter because they send me the letters. The letters say that I smoke crack. There's videos of me smoking crack. I've been to jail for selling crack. I do not have a criminal record. I do not have a criminal record. I have never done time in a prison or a jail. I am a certified school psychologist for crying out loud. I work in schools for crying out loud. I am a child and family therapist. I work with families and children. How in the hell can you have a criminal record working with families and children? It is absolutely ridiculous. But these 4 individuals have went too far. Some of you are good at research. I need their home address and I need their job address, and I'm going to give you their names. One of them is William Clay. He is based in the Washington, D.C., Maryland area. His name is William Clay. If you go on YouTube and type in William Clay, you're going to get videos on school to prison pipeline. You're going to get videos on post-traumatic school disorder, which is a concept that Dr. Umar Johnson invented. It is a concept that Dr. Umar Johnson invented. He stole my idea and wrote a book. He stole my idea and wrote a book. And he does seminars on the exact same topics that I do. Does he have a doctorate? I don't know. Is he a certified school psychologist? No, he is not. No, he is not. No, he is not. William Clay on YouTube. He's another one of those wannabe Umar people. They want to be me. They want to do me. This Negro contacted the church in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where I was supposed to speak on February the 23rd. He contacted the AME church in Tulsa. The pastor didn't pay him any mind, so he went to the bishop. He told the bishop that I sell drugs. I went to jail for doing drugs. There's videos of me smoking crack. This is what William Clay did. I need this motherfucker's address. I need this motherfucker's address. I'm going to go see him this weekend. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Find Willie Clay's address. Find out where he worked. I'm going to see him when I get to DC this weekend. I'm not playing no fucking games no more. Excuse my language. Excuse my language. No more games. Find William Clay's address. And when you go to his website, I don't know the website, but he has a website. I tried to find the website. But I can't find it. If you go to his website, he has my videos on his website. He's using my material to advertise his website, but he's trying to sabotage all of my speaking engagements. William Clay, I want to be Dr. Umar Johnson. William Clay, I want to be Dr. Umar Johnson. Enough is enough. Find his address, please, and get that shit to me. He's number one. Number two is homosexual Gerald Palmer, based in Kansas City. He's a reverend. He's not a real reverend. He doesn't have a church. He doesn't have a congregation. He's another one. You can find him on YouTube, Gerald Palmer. He calls himself Reverend Gerald. He calls himself Reverend Gerald, but he's not a reverend. He's another wannabe person who ain't got shit going for himself except trying to take me down. Find that coward's address, work or home. Find it. I'm pulling up on him. Mukasa, Africa. He's been hiding out lately, but he started the whole shit. He a little bitch ass nigga from Philly who used to work at the same charter school, Keppera Charter School. Okay? Find that bitch ass nigga because he started this. He started the whole thing 5 years ago. I think he's in the DC area. Mukasa, Africa. I haven't forgotten about you. Okay? I'ma see your bitch ass. Okay? And another one is Andrea Stewart. She's the one on YouTube, Anti-Afro Svengali. Anti-Afro Svengali. She's in California. I want to pull up on her when I go out to Cali next month for the parent training. Those are the 4 people I need. William Clay of the DC area, Mukasa, Africa, who was in Philly, but I think he's in the DC area. Okay? So-called Reverend Gerald Palmer, he's in the Kansas City area. Andrea Stewart, who is in the California area. And I want to give you one more. Lenore Honor. I'm tired of this bitch nigga too. This is the weak ass dude who got nothing but YouTube videos about me on YouTube. Lenorhonor. I had enough of him too. I don't know where he lived. I don't know what city he in. Find out where these 5 people are. Please find out where these 5 people are. This shit is going to end right now. There is one thing to make videos. Monty Woodgrain, I'm going to fuck him up too. So if you could get Monty's address, it's time for me to see Monty too. I've been as patient as I can be, and I'm tired of this shit. And let me also say this. For those of y'all who claim to be supporters, if you send me bullshit from these motherfuckers, I'm going to block you. You are not a supporter getting your fucking rocks and kicks off watching this bullshit that these people put out. It's not funny to me. You send me another video claiming you're a supporter, I'm going to block your ass. Because why are you watching that bullshit if you claim to be about black children? Monty Woodgrain, I'm in your ass. Lenore Honor, I'm in your ass. William Clay, I'm in your ass. Gerald Palmer, I'm in your ass. Anti-Svengali, I'm in your ass. In Mukasa, Africa, I'm in your ass. Fuck court. Fuck the court. I want Mukasa, Africa's address. I'm going to find that little bitch. Monty Woodgrain, Lenore Honor, Gerald Palmer, William Clay. Now, out of all of them, William Clay and Gerald Palmer are the main ones trying to get the event shut down. William Clay and Gerald Palmer are the main ones trying to get my event shut down. Why would you sabotage a training for black parents? Why would you sabotage a training for black parents? Why would you sabotage a training for black parents? I'm out here trying to help our people and our children. It's not my fault you're a nobody. It's not my fault you're a loser. It's not my fault you tried to be a speaker and failed. It's not my fault you never got your doctorate. It's not my fault you don't have my stature. It's not my fault you don't have my platform. It's not my fault that the only way you can get attention is by slandering somebody. It's not my fault people are not interested in flying you around the world to speak. It's not my fault you are not me. But I'm tired of the bullshit. I'm tired of the bullshit. William Clay, Gerald Palmer, Mukasa Africa, Lenore Honor, Monty Woodgrain, Andrea Stewart. I need home addresses. I need job addresses. Find these 6 people for me, please. I'm out.
Well, you heard him. I never heard him speak like that, naming names and, I mean, he never asked for nothing. I mean, not even this is asking because it's not for himself. It's for you. So actually, Dr. Umar Johnson never asks for nothing from you or from anyone. All he ever asks is for you, for your children, your future children. That's it. That is the fucking cancer that we cannot cure. Treason. High treason. We need to tell the crackers it's none of your damn business. You know, like Farrakhan said about the honorable Malcolm X. But whatever. Oh shit! I forgot I have the ring over there. Pick it up later. It's just like, if you're not a good leader, you're not a good leader. I mean, like, it just. I'm not gonna sit here and say Farrakhan's been a good leader. He still open. The NOI is open, right? So if that's what you consider a good leader, then I'm gonna be like Vaseline face, like what's it called? Those things, the sea lioness. I'm gonna be like that bitch clapping at some fucking bozo they picked out from the garbage. You don't give a fuck. You don't give a fuck. This should be terrifying you even more. When you saw that bitch clapping and calling that piece of shit president of Venezuela with a smile. President. Never was in any presidential elections. Never. Never got a single vote. Never, he proclaimed himself president in the street. A year later, he do it again. He got somebody and he got into Congress and he got somebody in a corner. He went and he swore himself in. Same thing in Bolivia. This is a fucking trend that's, you know it very well. That's what happened in the African diaspora and in the continent too. These traitors, they just, immediately, this moron, he say he's the president of Venezuela, and not even half an hour later, your government, it's twittering about saying that it's true. It's true. I mean, like, blatant coup. We never seen this before in real time. Social media was supposed to destroy the empire, the crackers, because over there we can see everything. We can learn easily all the atrocities they commit against your ancestors and even against you. I mean, it was not supposed to be the way you are right now. They destroy your DNA. You should be enraged about that. But thanks to the television and their videos and what they call food, it keep you totally lethargic, passive. It's a recipe for disaster. You don't deserve Dr. Umar Johnson. I'm sorry. You're trying to kill him again. the same way you kill Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad, the same way you kill Dr. Umar Johnson. I mean, oh shit. Oh my god. How do you rewind this fucking shit? Oh god. No, absolutely not. That's a mistake. Come on. Damn. I'm concerned about words. I know you don't give a fuck. You know, they're lynching you in the media every day, and you go like, it's only words. It's only pictures. You know, they all look exactly like me. But that don't worry me. That don't worry me. I mean, like, everybody's saying, you know, blacks are anti-Semitic against people who are not even Semites. So in order for you to be anti-Semitic, that person you are being antagonistic about had to be Semitic. The same thing with the gays. And a lot of these gays are fucking with bitches too. Why? Because it's a power trip. It's a power trip to humiliate a bitch. Yeah, they got a gaping hole. They got a fucking gaping hole, but they're calling themselves a man. Your man. I mean, your, quote unquote, your. And everything, this fast pace, very, very fast pace degradation, pervasive degradation. And the worse it get, the more, what's that word you call it? Blasé, you get about it. The worse shit get, and the more you start go like, oh, let me go out twerking. Let me go out twerking. Oh shit. Let me drink some water. Let me go twerking. Yes. Because nobody knows I got a big ass. It's not that you got a big ass, it's that we don't have ass. That's you gotta tell the history. You gotta tell the story. You gotta tell things as it is, like it is. Shout out to who was the journalist who used to do that show, Like It Is. Genau. Professor Gil Noble. Professor Gil Noble. You know, with your ancestors. Amazing, amazing producer, visionary, way ahead of his time. Right in the midst of African History Month 2020. Yeah, I feel like the children need to grow up watching his interviews, his documentaries, so like, you know, the way he talk about the Honorable Malcolm X, you know, like he wanna cry. He wanna cry. I used to call him a charlatan. The same thing you're doing now with Dr. Umar Johnson. He used to do against the Honorable Malcolm X. You know, I used to like, you know, walk in the street and, you know, I know he was going to be speaking on that side and I wasn't even going there. That was a fraud. That was this. That was the devil. That was like anything. And, you know, that's, they call it, I don't even know what the fuck it mean, like the rule of thumb. Rule of thumb. Rule of thumb. Thumb. Hello? I don't know, they got the weirdest expressions over here, but that's how people understand. If everybody hates somebody, it's because that means that person is really good for you. And it's the same, the opposite. If everybody love him, like Beyonce and Jay-Z, and then like one day you wake up and this is not about Kaepernick's, getting a job. That was tangential. Shit was tangential. I mean, like, I think you're talking about something and then like you mentioned somebody who's not even in the room with a smirk. It just scared. Dr. Umar Johnson said, you're scared of losing your status. Your status. That's very delusional. Very delusional. And this is what I titled this video, I mean, like, you want me to be blunt, because I don't have any other resource to tell you. I've been trying to tell you a little bit more politely, a little bit more because I don't know you like that. I'm not like, like, hey, I know you only allow crackers to talk to you like that, like Tim Wise and that other fucking dyke and all that. All those white historians that you love so much. So, but when it come about a spick, you go like, wow, that's worse than Hitler. That's what you write on social media, so all that stuff need to be questioned. Everything need to be questioned. If you don't got one, buy one. Question meter. A question meter. A question meter. Yeah. It's un cuestionmetro. You gotta buy one. You gotta buy one. Ask questions. Who put in there? Who don't? I mean, I was telling in Mexico, I was telling that fucking bitch, Greta Thunberg, was not famous overnight, because she's great, because there's a lot of, Africans who've been like in Flintstone and, day in, day out, in the United States of America, which is where the spotlight is at, right? So this bitch from Sweden, some shit like that, sensation, coincidentally, because Sweden pulled out of environmental treaties, so they got the worst reputation. So let's say, let's make them, think, capitalism can be humanistic, a kinder capitalism, a kinder racism, by putting some young devil face. And of course, it's a Nazi. Of course, that bitch, she fly private jets with her entourage, polluting the entire planet with those fuel jets. But she's to be the authority on environment. And that African lady from Kenya, I believe, I'm sorry, I forgot your name. I'm cropping you now. She got cropped out of a picture. Oh yeah, was she not expecting that? Really? Was she not expecting? David, you gotta darken up. Come on. Darken up, David. I know you say lighten up. You say lighten up. I can't. So I am serious. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm not, gonna be in this fucking planet and watch you kill or forced Dr. Umar Johnson into exile. I'm not. You already did that with the most honorable Marcus Garvey, a man who, was executing, his vision and your ancestors' vision flawlessly. And once again, traitors, some fucking picture, some fucking bullshit. And this is why, like, please, nobody can curse, because, they're gonna be looking up at, at the most stupidest detail. If even fucking white presidents, they incarcerate them, out of the presidential race for bullshit, because they didn't say good morning or some bullshit. I'm exaggerating. But they make up some corporations and they put them on their name and they say, you see, fraud, stole $10 billion because this corporation was ghost, not existed. It was a scam and he's a fraud. That's what they do. So the cure for that is cohesion. You don't have to be together all the time. You don't have to like each other. You don't have to be with each other. You don't have to nothing. Only when it matters, that's when, I was told that's what we did, transsexuals in my hometown in Guadalajara. I was told by 2 different accounts, because bitches over there are poking each other's eyes out. But when it was about to go to the courthouse, because, shout out to Miss Patty Betancourt in my hometown in Guadalajara, that she changed the laws herself. She read the damn Constitution and she read it, and she brought in a bunch of trannies over there. She filled out the courthouse. She filled out the courthouse. She filled out the streets. Bitches never come out during the daytime. Never in their lifetime. They had to come out in the middle of the day. But together, motherfuckers have to back up. And why? Because the gays and the feminists had already put a big dent in the Constitution. Taking language out, putting language in, and stuff like that. And oh no, you cannot say something is different. But it is different. I know I'm different. I'm not stupid. So, I know, just like I don't have a mirror, like I don't know I'm transsexual, like I don't like whatever, okay. It's true. I mean, like, I'm different. Why? I don't know. I don't have the answers. I know they've done research for more than 200 years, and you can look it up. Many countries, not just in one country, independent research, chronologically different times, everything. And what they say, oh, phenomena. We don't know why, but it is there. It is there. The crackers, they like to take pictures of the brains. They like to take pictures of the brains, and they like to make molds of the brains, and they like to put them in a jar, whatever. So they got, these neuroscientists and neurodoctors, surgeons, and whatever. And that's one of the tests. They tell them which ones are the tranny brains. And none of the damn doctors, they pick them out right. And some of them, they say, I don't know. They all look the same. And then they tell them, no, these fucking brains are tranny brains. So it's not pulled out of a hat. It's not pulled out of whatever. It's energy. Manifestation. Your ancestors knew all this shit. It was never weaponized against you. It was never weaponized. It was never commercialized, to make business later. I'm almost finished, okay? So you let me sleep a little late. Wake me up at 3 in the morning. Espérate, ya te dije. You know this shit. Come on. Just look around. You see anybody standing in line with that dedication, with that love, with that passion? It's Dr. Umar Johnson. It's Dr. Claude Anderson. As Professor Jason Black. As, very few. I think probably can count it with the fingers on my hands. Might have one left. Very few. You see, I don't want to get to say this. But you said it yourself. You forgot that? You said it all the time on Black Twitter. We have no friends. Dr. Clark said it. Africa's got no friends. It's true. In capitalism, everybody got a prize. Everybody got a prize. Sometimes even it's your own mother, your own daughter, your own son, sell you out. Or they get afraid and they go say, oh, you're going to kill me? No, don't kill me. I'll do it. And they give them your information. They tell them where you're going to be at, or what time. What's your routine? So they can send people. I can't believe I even have to say this. I can't believe I even have to do that. It should be if you want to survive, you are the best of the best. You survive. And you survive in blackness. So, all that for, like I say, if you're doing something in a clan, in a clandestine, so then that's different. But the escalation, it's escalating. Yeah, I'm not redundant. The escalation is escalating fast. Your President Obama is already passed through history. It is recorded in history as the big recolonizer of the African continent, the great recolonizer of the Americas. You gotta record history the way it actually happened, not the way you want to see it. Camelot. You want to see like you're not Kennedys, and thank God. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know what else to say. We're all doomed. I have nothing optimistic to say except the only possibility I see right now is through Cuba, Venezuela, Nicaragua, and Mexico. Argentina, too. I mean, like, so I don't know this cracker. I don't know. Christina Krishner. I mean, I hope that's all rumors. That's the chances that we got to take. We bet, we invest, and we bet really high, like in Ecuador. Supposedly, we knew this guy. He's in a wheelchair. He said he loved the people. He was for the people, by the people. He become president, and the first thing he do is they're like, "Oh, you don't have to pay taxes because you're white. You're a corporation. You're giving us jobs already. All the social programs gone." They had to uprise. They had to start a revolution. How long it's gonna last? We don't know. So you can buy land in Mexico. You can buy. I mean, Mexico is ideal because you can come back and forth. Because you just been saying that Africa is too far. African is this. African is that. African, we have cracker towns in Mexico. In my hometown, in Guadalajara, there's a fucking white neighborhood, like Chinatown. It's like mayonnaise town. I know you love the crackers, so at least, I mean, like, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, but you got to survive. You got to survive. It is imperative. I mean, like, I don't say it. A lot of doctors and professionals and they study real historians and all that shit. They say that only the diaspora can save the continent. Only the African diaspora can save Africa, Mama Africa. Why? Because over there they're hand-tied. They're hand-tied because they don't control their economies. Over here, you don't control your economy, but you got dollars. You got dollars. And if you don't do this right now, the dollar is going to become worthless in 20 years. It's not going to be like, it's going to be like any other currency, the dollar. So if you don't take that advantage, if you take your dollars to a country where you can get 15 times more, and well, right now I think you can get like 18 times more for $1, and it's right next door. Don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. Just go there, buy some land, get your citizen. You can get dual citizen still. Because I'm going to change that shit. Because the United States is not a country. It's an empire. It's an empire. There's proof of that. They impose their language, their culture, which is not there, but they stole it. And then they impose it to you. They call it pizza, whatever. And I mean, just a fucking currency. Federal Reserve, which is not federal. It's just private shit that they say, oh, I call myself Federal Reserve. Ocelote, I am federal. And he's gonna say, like, no, bitch, you don't work for the government. You're anti-government. You know me very well, right? What? Go to the bed and sleep. Come on. Why are you waiting for me? What are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? Huh? You're fucking weird. You're fucking weird. Licking me. I'm not a cat. I'm not a cat. You know that. Mm. So anyway, okay, I guess that's my cue. That is my cue. I'm gonna be making a lot of videos like this until you get fed up. Till you get fed up. No more videos. No more videos. But it's true. I mean, you want me to tell you is like, oh, they're fighting over you, Everybody's fighting. They wanna like, dedicate their life with a passion to you, dedicate themselves in body and soul and spirit to you the entire life from childhood, having that dream. That's only Dr. Umar Johnson. Who else? Who else? I don't know. I forgot. I'm looking for that video again. I lost it. I had it in my other channel where he was telling his life story. I think he was in his late teens or something like that. He joined UBIA, the most honorable Marcus Garvey's organization in his hometown in Philly. His history. He's your history. He is, I mean, who else is more African than Dr. Umar? Who? I mean, like, I mean, I know. Professor James Moll, Dr. Mfundisi. But, I'm talking about that, like, political. He speak with dignitaries. He speak like, get consultations with him. Like, just like the Honorable Malcolm X. Who else is like really cherish their opinion? Like, every dignitaries in the African continent, throughout the world, they say like, well, let's see what Dr. Umar Johnson has to say about this or about that. I mean, like Dr. Claude Anderson too, of course, too. He's a total economical authority. So I don't know. He's a Leo. Come on. His chart. Look at his chart. Look at his, do an IFA reading on Dr. Yeah. Do your job. Don't be lazy. But I'm not going to allow it. I'm not going to stand for it. No. I'm still horrified after reading the autobiography of Malcolm X. I'm still horrified. Just like, I'm not going to defend him. I'm just not going to defend him. Why? Why you're not going to defend him? Oh, because, somebody says so. Somebody says so, Oh, they're trying to kill him. They just bombed his house with his children in it. They almost kill him. And you're like, whatever the leader said. Oh, for that, you're on code for hate.